Hello. Hi. Um, so how you doing? This is a for funsies match with Sven. And me and Sven go back and forth, I'm not gonna lie. And he's actually pretty good. I mean, I remember when Sven first joined, he wasn't as nearly as good as he is now. So yeah, me and Sven have pretty good matches, as you will see in this vid. So we start with A game. Because A game is the map now. It won't be for long, but for now it is the map. So we start with A game. I'm doing my new eco to farm strat because it's good for leaking and it's good against aggressive players. It's a good way to make not aggressive players, but it's a good way to get greedy players to not be so greedy, or it's a good way to make greedy players lose. So, oh yeah, I turned on my charger and it did that. So let's get back. Let's get back to the match. I'm sending greens. It's round 6, so I'm sending greens. What is it to talk about? So, me and Sven. I'm sorry, I just got a message. Me and Sven are pretty evenly matched when it comes to skill. Not evenly matched, but Sven can hold his own against me. He's not half bad, I guess. If I was to rate our skill from 1 to 10, I'll give Sven a 9 and me an 11. No, but I'll give Sven a 9 and me a 10. So, because Sven is actually pretty good at this game. As you can see, I did a quick glue gunner. I don't like glue gunners like that well because I've had bad experiences in the past with glue gunners. Mostly because I believe it was in BTD 5. It was in defensive mode. When I played defensive mode a lot, I would always pick glue gunners. I would always want to pick dart, engineer, farm, super monkey, and then as my 4th tower, I would always want something I could stick inside my temple, which was cannon, ice, wizard, or glue. And each time I picked glue, I lost more often, which kind of made me upset, so I just did not like glue gunner as much. But that time I used glue gunner pretty well. So instead of going for my signature rush, I just went for some blacks because I didn't want to waste. I did not want to waste money on the rush because I know Sven uses the rush, so he would have a way to defend the rush. So I'm not going to waste money on a rush that most likely won't work because I only go for that rush when I know it's going to kill somebody, or when I'm pretty sure it's going to kill somebody. As you see, if you missed that there, Sven tried to get the 4th tier farm, but he goofed up. He sold his 3rd tier instead of upgrading it, which he was probably pretty upset about. But he got the 4th tier on this round, so even though he lost money, it wasn't that bad. And I try to do my signature rush there because he upgraded the farm, so I'm trying to make him sell his farm to get fan club, but he did pretty well. As far as like advantage go, I'm up on eco a lot, and he sent me a BFB, but I think I sell farms to get the fan club. My eco is 1300, and that's a lot of eco for to defend. And as you can see, he sold his 4th tier farm, so I knew immediately that a rush was coming. So I get up the super funky man club. Unfortunately, 1 monkey was left out, and 3 monkeys, but 1 eligible monkey was left out, and he was very upset about it. I had to give him a box of chocolates after the match. That monkey was very upset he was not invited to the super funky man club. So he's constantly pressuring me with my gods, and I'm just defending. In my honest opinion, I don't think it's wise to send my god on round 23 to 22 to 29 anymore against the ace user, because ace users Ace is really good before round 30, so there's no point in sending on my guys at that time. And at this point, Sven just went all out because he pretty much knew he lost the match. So I win a game, and we go on to Offside. And Sven has a pretty interesting strat for Offside. It's actually not half bad, if I do say so myself. We will go to Offside, and I of course do my strat again, which is eco the farms. Sven is going eco because he has his strat involves eco and no farms. After the farm nerf, it became apparent that having 2 sources of eco would is pretty much necessary, because farms are too expensive to do by itself anymore. So you need something else to supplement, the farm eco and be able to form farms quicker. So that maybe that's Cobra eco, maybe that's Engineer eco, maybe that's Balloon eco, but you need something else instead of farms, because farms by itself is just like a little bit of a hassle now because of the increase in price and everything. You see me using that Spactory right there? Spactory wasn't my first choice, but since I had it and I knew Sven was working on a Spactory technique, a Spactory strat, I felt I should try and see if I can survive with only Spike Factory. I would just say now it didn't really work. It didn't work at all. But I tried my best to hold out without using Ace for the longest. Because in my games, I usually try to win with just 3 towers. Because I don't, even though a 4th tower, if I do use my 4th tower, it's only for quick lead popping power. If anything else, I don't use my 4th tower for anything but quick lead popping power. If that, I've started to try to stop using my 4th tower for quick lead popping power. So with this engineer strat, I'm trying to see if I can sneak past a camo rush, send regular balloons to get rid of the foam, then send camo balloons to try to sneak past. That was my line of thinking, but I think Sven defended it pretty well. He has that jug, that catapult down there ready for some round 15 leads, and as you can see, I freaked out and pressed both the buttons because my fingers are so damn big. But I pressed both the buttons because I thought a yellow was going to go through, and I really wanted to know I've lost this, because if I lost a life, it would have just been awful. Because in situations like this, you either have to tie or try to sneak something past the opponent, and Sven is doing really well in defending. So I got up an ace because I was just sure Sven's gonna send a rerush, but he didn't. So I was a little happy about that. He probably would have made me leak if he would have rerushed me, because I've seen that rerushes on this. I've seen that building ace real quick doesn't really defend rerushes well. So I know certainly that if he would have rerushed me, I probably would have leaked big time. And right here, I'm going for another Spactory, but this time I'm going for 3-2 because I'm trying to see how good it is against the scent balloons, not scent, but the natural balloons. It wasn't doing as well as I wish it would have. I wonder if 2 would have made a difference, but I doubt it. 3-2 Spike Factories are not, well, Spike Factories in general are just not used. So I'm trying to see how effective it is against, something like balloon rushes or natural rushes. And it's kind of working. To be honest, if it wasn't there, it probably wouldn't make it that much of a difference. But as you can see, I'm farming now, trying to catch up with Sven and Eco. I don't think I'm that far behind. I think with his engineer Eco, he's getting a lot of money, but with my with my Bloon Eco and Farm Eco mixed, I think I'm if not if not right even with them, I'm close. And we're still no life loss, which is pretty good because by this time somebody has either slipped up and lost a few lives or have lost because they were too aggressive and trying to make the other person leak. But me and Sven are pretty good at this game, so we know how to do it. We know how to do it well. And I get up 2 factories by round 28. I was trying to get a third, but I think this is the time where Sven started to get a little aggressive, so I couldn't get up the 3rd factory. It's amazing how much eco he got from those engineers. Like he was sending oh my god, pretty frequently. As you can see, I'm trying to use factory to the best of my ability. I really am. But when he started sending those fast cooldown BFBs, I just knew it wouldn't last. So I switched to Ace immediately. I have 3 fan clubs now, so I know that if I needed to, I could infinitely just do fan club. Because I think it's 15 seconds the ability lasts, and then it's 45 seconds the cooldown is, I think. Or wait, the ability lasts for 15 seconds, and I think the cooldown is 30 seconds. So if you get 3, that's 45 seconds. You can do it infinitely. That's what I might be a little wrong on that, but it's something like that. So yeah, bottom line, 3 Super Monkey fan clubs. You can pretty much do fan club infinitely. Right now, as you can see, it's getting very intense. I lost 4 lives there. It is getting very, very intense. Sven is doing micro. I'm doing micro. You know, we are the micro champions as per the micro challenge, and my micro was better than his micro. GG, Sven. Hi. Hey. So like I said, Sven is really good at this game. He's really, really sound. His micro is superb. He has some strats. He has some original strats. He has some and the strats are pretty good. So I like everything. I like all of his strats. I mean, I like how Sven plays. Sven plays smart. He only rushes when he has to. He's really good at defending because of his micro and his awareness of what can defend what. I think on A game I surprised him with my new strat maybe, and he didn't expect me to go eco, so he thought that I would not have enough money to defend all the rushes he sent. And I've done this strat for like a little bit, and I've pretty much seen what I need to do to defend on what round. So that is probably why Sven just went all out against me. And then on Offside, it could have went either way. It was basically my micro versus his micro, and I think my micro won. What could Sven do better? His factory idea is pretty good, but I guess he can try to explore using both sides of the upgrades. Like use the 3-2, maybe even the 4-2. You know, make the balloons explode when they come out. And then use the 2-3 at the beginning of the entrance when you know that your opponent's going to send you those, oh my god. Because I know that this natural balloons kind of clear out the spikes, but it still helps a little bit instead of having to buy and sell this factory and have the lag set in. And another big problem for Sven's spike factory strat is round 32. I think by round 32 you should be able to afford a 32, maybe in a 4-2 spike factory, and then use fan club on top of that. Or if you're going to use engineer, just spam a bunch of engineers. Just get like, I think there are 44 ceramics in that group ceramics right there. Well, it's 44 in like the first one. I think there are 44 ceramics. So if you get about 6 engineers and just spam them at the beginning, or spam them near the beginning, and have fan club on top of that, and maybe a 3-2 ninja, and a 3-2 spike factory on top of that, you'll be able to defend round 32 pretty efficiently and get a lot of eco from it. So those are some ideas for Sven's spike factory strat, spikes factory engineer, dart monkey, because I'm pretty sure tack shooter was his 4th tower. So with if he doesn't have tack shooter, his round 32 defense is a little lacking. So yeah, it's spam 4-2 engineer, because that's what I did when it came to round 32 on maps like that. I just got about 4 or 5 of them and just tapped like my life depended on it, which it did. 4 or 5, like 5 4-2 engineers. Well, 4-0 engineers, because 4-2 will not be good. Get 5 4-0 engineers and then just collect all the eco from it, and that'll probably defend around 32 really well. Because Sven was trying to defend around 32 with spike factory and tack. Like I said, if tack wasn't there, he probably wouldn't defend it that well. But in all honesty, with the engineers, you can get a lot of money from round 32. And then you can keep on sending with round 33, 34, and 35. I guess that's it. Oh, and to answer your question, Sven, yes, I do try. I try a whole lot. I try a whole lot. I try my hardest every time. Goodbye, people. May the balloon force be with you. Yeah, may the balloon force be with you. I'm going with that. Bye.